Undertaker's ass, I'm gonna kick your ass. The Rock walked out of WrestleMania, the people's champ.
So why don't you go back to Calgary and take some more gas?
Welcome everybody to another week of Pro Wrestling Weekly. I'm the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, BS, and of course, the sex symbol, Keith Young. Unfortunately, the role model has been, yeah, it's real.
Terminated.
Real great. Last week you made these little unfair deals as far as how we can win the title last week.
Unfair?
You know, the role model won it. But what's he going to do now?
You're right. The role model did win that horrible, horrible game I attended. However, since the role model was terminated, technically he's no longer part of the staff. So, unfortunately for him, it's a victory for me, and I'm still the PWW champ.
So he gets robbed twice, basically, out of his job by the sex symbol, and then
It was a count out. He got counted out of the studio.
oh,
Therefore,
God.
Therefore, the champ keeps his title.
That's right.
Ridiculous. Role
Corporate
model.
BS.
You know, I wish
rules
him the
again.
best of luck. Let me, you know.
Hi, role model.
Anyway, if you want to give us a call with any news, views, opinions, whatever you want to call us about, I don't know if you guys are up to it. But anyway, in Akron, 677-0029. In Cleveland, 521-3529. You know, give us a call with any of your little opinions.
You ought to know that the sex symbol can handle anybody.
Well, I bet you, speaking of that sex symbol, I bet you're like real happy now that you finally have waltzed your way in here and got yourself a starting job rather than sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I'm not sitting back there. I'm sitting right here in the ex-role model spot and, trying to bring a little more class to the program here.
That explains the suit.
I think he's your new role model, champ.
Yep. Well, role model, like I said, man, we're going to miss you, but... Anyway, let's get on with the news.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's get on with the news. First of all, the ratings, of course. Big thing going on with that. Monday night, you had WWF do a 6.0, WCW do a 3.1. Still, WWF's lopsided, winning the war. Thursday night, though, this is going to be, pretty interesting. WWF only did a 4.5. WCW did a 2.4. So WCW's on the up-and-coming, it looks like, and WWF had a little
actually,
problem.
that's pretty interesting because the WCW had to end up canceling their Thursday night taping for Thunder on Tuesday night due to the Hurricane Floyd. So what they did was, in case you didn't see it, they did a recap of all the past title changes, including pay-per-view matches and all that kind of stuff. Fans stuck with it, must have intrigued them, and well, it should be a turn-up from there.
But the big news, of course, in the WWF is our new WWF champion, Vincent K. McMahon. I thought that right there, great angle. I mean, that's...
I loved every second of it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that match. It was great.
Well, my opinion is that for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of people are going to call it the show today wondering what's going on with Vince McMahon, the WWF champion. Let's get to the point here. The first thing is that the WWF is feeling pressure from the UPN network. They want the WWF to produce higher ratings. Now, this has caused a headache for Vince McMahon. He is actually considering, he really wants to get out of this SmackDown deal now. For one reason is that there's, like John has mentioned in the past, there's too much WWF TV on live every week. Now, what this does is causes a scramble to come up with great ideas with the roster talent that they have. Everybody's being overused. So what this does is that Vince McMahon came back too soon. Steve Austin was brought back a month too soon. And also Triple H was asked to drop the title way too soon. So they had to really change their ideas and make Vince McMahon a champion. In my opinion, the crowd was not really into that match. And I think that it really didn't come off as strong as it should have, although the impact in the end will come off very big. But I don't know.
I thought it was perfectly booked. I thought they kept the heat with Triple H by having Stone Cold Steve Austin come in there, interfere for the title win. They had Helmsley pummel him from pillar to post. I mean, there was hardly any offense from Vince McMahon after
nobody that was there could have possibly suspected that McMahon was going to take the title.
Oh, heck no.
I mean, that right there, that's probably why they weren't into it. They just thought it was just another boring Vincent McMahon ass whooping, and here it turned out,
well,
he shows out on top, which was...
like I said before, now this gives SmackDown, they're going to make SmackDown the #1 show, which means Monday Night Raw is going to be becoming less intriguing. Now, if they give Vince McMahon the WWF title on SmackDown, what's that say for the pay-per-views? What's that say for Monday Night Raw? This is not supposed to be happening, especially since SmackDown is taped. So people knew 2 days before that even happened that he won the title. That's how much pressure UPN wants at WWF, because they ranked very low on all the networks, although they're ranking very high for cable. So, I mean, Vince McMahon is very unhappy that he had to rush everything, and all the storylines are now going to be changed around. Now you got Shane McMahon, who's obviously now going to be a face. That bondage with Triple H is broken up. And where does this leave Triple H?
That's a good question. I don't know.
This is a big news story.
It's kind of interesting, too. And like I said, it still resolves to the fact that, hey, you know, WWF finally might be realizing, hey, they bit off more than they could chew trying to, you know, outdo the competition. But speaking of the competition, the big news there now, we announced last week that Bischoff was fired from his vice presidency but still had a part with the company. Now we find out that he's not going to have anything to do with the company. He's been banned from any TV. They don't even want his name said on any kind of broadcasts. So, I mean, looks like they're finally actually real tired of Bischoff. And, hey, I don't blame them. I mean, the company for the last year, in my opinion, has went nowhere.
And hopefully we can get rid of some of the friends of Bischoff that have been on there, like the Cat and all the other guys that he's been pushing. I'm sick and tired of the Cat, personally.
Well, I know they're talking about, you know, getting rid of up to possibly as high as 20 wrestlers of the dead weight, you know, which I think they need to do. I mean,
oh, hell yeah.
You know, they're not using them anyway. They ruin. You figure you got Saturday nights, you got Thursday nights, you got Monday nights. You know, you're doing all that. Basically, Saturdays and Thursdays are nothing more than the undercard, you know, the real undercards, and, you know, you don't ever get to see the big names. Well, I mean, you're paying the big names the money. The big names should be out there drawing the ratings.
Especially on Nitro. I mean, some of the matches on Nitro recently have been absolutely horrendous. I mean, you know, you got like, you know, Kaz Hayashi versus Barry Darso and stuff like that the second hour, and I can't see how they're going to be trying to pull ratings with intriguing matchups like that.
They got their work cut out for them.
Oh, wow.
Also, now, you know, this is kind of funny news this week as well. WWF news. Nicole Bass filed a lawsuit for $120 million for sexual harassment. I mean, I find it hard to believe, number one, that, you know, and I'm not saying anything's true or not true, whatever, but I find it hard to believe that Nicole Bass, number one, A, would get sexually harassed, but even if she did, who would have enough cojones to go up to her and do it? I mean, she could probably whip half the WWF's roster in a street fight as it is. She's got actual fighting background.
The claim is real lame. I mean, she's claiming, A, she's mad at the guitar shot she took. She says it was too hard. B, they wouldn't allow her to go to the hospital, which, just go. I mean, she's just trying to follow in Sable's footsteps. The apartment wrestling must not be working out for her. I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous.
You know,
Vince McMahon claims that she won't get 120 cents, let alone 120 million.
Yeah. And, of course, you know, we got some big news coming out of the ECW tonight. You got the ECW Anarchy Rules pay-per-view tonight. Now, BS, the role model is supposed to be the champ. Just off the record, or on the record, I guess, who is officially the champ right now? PWW.
Me.
Okay, well, are you going to put the title up tonight, or... You know, we got ECW. I mean, it's
well, let me run
fair.
down the card, and we'll see. We got Sabu versus Just Incredible. Taz defends the heavyweight title versus Masato. Rob Van Dam defends the TV title versus Johnny Smith. Jerry Lynn versus Lance Storm. Tajiri versus Super Crazy versus Little Guido in a three-way dance. And Steve Corino's mystery team versus Tommy Dreamer and Raven. Here's the big thing in the ECW on that, is that Steve Corino's mystery team was to be the Insane Clown Posse. They even told people on their hotline they were leaving for ECW. But they're really trying to follow in the steps of Sid and Ultimate Warrior. They really don't know what they're doing. Now they're saying they're staying with WCW. They've been promised the Cruiserweight title. One of them will get. And as of last week, they were going to go to the ECW. Paul E. is basically done with them. So if they come on board tonight, you know, it might be a shock. But, you know, they were supposed to be in that match, so I don't know what they're going to do. But I don't think I'm going to defend the title this week. And in fact...
So you're just going to sit back and just hold the title again and...
because I got a big story about ECW coming up. With that in mind, why don't we take a commercial break, champ? I got to gather myself.
Well, you being the boss and me being here against my will, I guess we got to do what it is. So we'll be back with the sex symbol, the boss's son, and myself, the champ, when we return.
Let me help you out of your chair, Grandma. Grandma.
Hey, what up? This is Jay Music.
Hey, man, it's Randall from Clerks.
And you're watching Rubber City Wrestling. Real pro wrestling, not that flippy stuff.
Rubber City. Isn't that what they call James Franco's bedroom? Guy orders condoms by the pallet.
Snoogans.
All my life, I wanted something to do with pro wrestling. I didn't care if it was a pro wrestler, a manager, an announcer. Hell, I'd even be the water boy. It was my dream to be a part of pro wrestling, and that's why I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
And he wants to be a wrestler. Okay, we're back. The champ, John Potok, the boss's son, BS, and the sex symbol, Keith Young. You know, let me get this knocked out of the way also. You know, we have our websites up and running. People have been emailing me, asking me what's going on, so forth, so forth. If you want to check out our website, it's at www.swiftsite.com/Pro Wrestling Weekly. You know, go out there. We update it every week, so forth, so forth. Give you the news on some parts. We give you PWW news, everything. It's getting better, you know, like I said, so shoot on by there, check it out, and you can, of course, link up your emails with any of us. But if you don't have that and you just have access to doing some kind of email, you can email me at pwweekly29@americaonline.com. Keith Young, you can do that at kyoung@kent.edu, or you can email the boss's son, thebs@webtv.net. So if you want to get a hold of any of us, whatever. And then, of course, the role model, but I guess he's...
one last week, in case you want to say some condolences to him. erolemodel@aol.com with your sympathies.
Anyway, I know we got some WCW news over there, sex symbol. Let's see what you got.
Oh, yeah, we've got the results from the Fall Brawl pay-per-view. We have the Filthy Animals, Kidman, Rey Mysterio, and Eddie Guerrero beating Vampiro and the Insane Clown Posse in what could end up being their last WCW appearance, but who knows. Lenny Lane beat Kaz Hayashi to retain his Cruiserweight title. The New Nasty Boys beat Douglas and Malenko. Rick Steiner beat Perry Saturn to retain his TV title. Berlin beat Jim Duggan in an absolute horror of a match. Harlem Heat won the tag titles from the Wyndhams. Sid Vicious beat Chris Benoit for the U.S. title. Bill Goldberg beat Diamond Dallas Page. And Sting beat Hulk Hogan with a baseball bat shot to win the world title and to signify a heel turn.
Wait a minute, I heard it was a small package.
That's funny, champ.
Should be my belt.
See, you didn't win the bet anyway.
I thought Hulk Hogan was supposed to pin him for the belt.
I had
with a
Sting.
small package.
You lost twice.
Yeah,
you
see?
I picked the winner, and
then you lied.
finishing move.
You tried to cheat. 2 minutes in the penalty box for you.
You're calling me something about cheating when you're sitting there cheating the role model every second of how
The
you
role
guys...
model isn't worth it, man. The role model isn't, it's not worth trying to cheat him. The guy's not worth crap, man.
All right, now, are you trying... I mean, the role model did add charisma to the show. I mean,
charisma?
Sex symbol, you
Maybe
got it.
maybe some sort of stench, but no charisma.
Guys,
Oh,
speaking
my
of Fall
God.
Brawl, there was some serious injuries. Vampiro suffered a concussion, I guess a broken nose and a loose tooth. Shane Douglas tore a bicep, but he's not going to have surgery right now, so you will notice it will be heavily taped. Rey Mysterio hurt his knee again. It doesn't look to be major. And Goldberg had to have a massage for about an hour before he even went out there because his back was so tightened up. And speaking of injuries, Scott Steiner should be back real soon. He wants to get back to being real buff. He was supposed to be back a couple weeks ago. He'll be back real soon. Scott Hall was at Nitro this past Monday, so look for him to be mixed in real soon with the return of possibly Kevin Nash and himself. Another big thing is that apparently Harvey Schiller, what's going on with him and Bill Bush?
Harvey Schiller, I believe, is planning on going up to New York to help run George Steinbrenner's sports empire. So that kind of leaves everything in a lurch for WCW. Bill Bush is still head of the financial reins.
Yeah.
So we should see some more cuts in the near future.
Yeah, and it looks like Craig Leathers will have the overall final booking decisions over Kevin Nash, Dusty Rhodes, Kevin Sullivan, or Mike Graham's decision. So he's kind of back in charge on that. Another big news in WCW, we reported a couple months ago on a possible way that Saturday night's going to be improved. It looks like Tony Schiavone and Jimmy Hart are going to take over running that, and they are going to start using the younger guys to sort of have a little minor league division to build those guys up to possibly make it to the big time someday. You got anything in the WWF there, Champ?
Actually, I do. There's today's paper for people that get the Akron Beacon Journal. Over there in section page G2, you want to go out there. They're talking about WWF with selling their stock options and so forth, so forth. It gives you a thing on how the revenue has went up every year, except 97 went down. But, you know, compared to 98, compared to 99, they really shot through the roof here. And I know I'm looking forward to it because I plan on, you know, buy me, even if it's just one little share, you know, I can say, hey, I own part of the WWF.
Listen to the sex symbol here. Wait until after the IPO. It always shoots up. It'll plateau for a little while, and it'll start coming back down after the initial hysteria goes over. So, you know, wait about a month, then buy your shares so you don't lose any money there, champ. You know, I don't want you to be broke and depressed.
I'm with you.
Because you might end up jumping out the window here at the studio.
Okay,
right.
well, whatever. You know, I also heard some inside scoop. You know, a lot of people have been emailing me, asking me what's going on with the GTV, this. Now, I heard something interesting that's going to be heading with the GTV thing here, too. Interesting news, and it's just, right now it's not confirmed, but it is a very, very strong rumor. I heard that, you know, with the Test, and everybody knows that Test and Stephanie are supposed to get married on Raw right before a pay-per-view there, and not this pay-per-view, but No Mercy. And everybody's like, oh, are they really going to get married? Are they really going to get married? You know, that they look like they're together for real, so forth, so forth. Well, let me clear the record. They're, number one, they're not together for real. And how they're going to break this little thing up, you know, everybody's thinking, oh, how is that possible? Rumor has it they're going to come down. They're actually going to walk that aisle like they're going to get married. Stephanie's going to come down in her dress, so forth, so forth. They're going to get in the ring. And then I hear they're going to turn around and they're going to do something on the lines of, they're going to ask Test, do you take, you know, your wife, whatever, and he's going to say yes. Then they're going to ask Stephanie, hey, do you take him to be your husband? All of a sudden, you know, just like a Jericho-type thing, it's going to show GTV flashing on the Titantron. And what better way, you know, to ruin something but the GTV? GTV is going to possibly reveal Test making out with Terry Runnels. And I think that right there is a great angle to head GTV towards.
Yep.
So, anyway, with that in mind, we got to take a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to take some of your calls, and we're going to talk with the sex symbol, the boss's son, and myself, the champ.
RCW, Rubber City Wrestling.
Hello, yes, this is Danhausen.
This is Sunny from Glow.
The Birdman Coco Beware.
Luke the Dumpster Drosy.
Gangrel, and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not that flippy stuff.
Get your thrill with the real.
Keep banging and banging.
Take care and Sunny smiles.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
I don't know. It was probably around 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'd be walking around in malls or walking down the street. Women would come up there and just want to be with me. Men, they'd just mimic things I do and more or less just try and follow in my footsteps. I guess that was probably the first time I realized that I was your role model.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Okay, we're back. The champ, John Potok. Your role... No, not your role model.
Excuse me?
Boss? It was a joke. It was a joke.
I am the champ, but I'll let you use that pitiful name. The boss's son, the PWW heavyweight champ.
And the sex symbol, Keith Young.
Anyway, you know, real quick before we go to the phones, also, you know, there's some big news coming out with Dr. Death Steve Williams going on there. Now they're saying there's possible problems with him and child support, back child support, and they're saying something on the lines of he doesn't know if it's his kid, so forth, so forth. You know, that child support thing's a real pain, I guess, you know. Hey, play,
I'd
you
look
gotta
for
pay.
I'd look for him to show up on Montel Williams sometime in the near future with the way this thing's going.
Yeah, also with him, he wanted to get back in the WWF in September. His good buddy Jim Ross said, hey, you know, lose some weight and get back in shape. He did all that. He says he's feeling great. He feels like he's 18 again. The only problem is they don't want to use him. He's getting paid. They asked him to go to Japan. He said he's done with that. He did that for years. Now they're trying to say it's a breach of contract. They're trying to screw Dr. Death Steve Williams. I say, why not use him? You got all these TV shows to produce. You got a wrestling roster that's shrunk. And why not put him on in an angle?
I'll tell you why, BS, because look at it. He made himself look really bad when they did the Brawl for It All, which probably was a bad idea for the WWF to do in the first place. You know, Bart Gunn, totally embarrassed. Steve Williams, totally embarrassed. I mean, you can't bring these guys on, make them like they're the biggest tough guys in the business, and then they turn around and you see them fighting something for real, and they look like the biggest wimps in the whole show.
Speaking of slim down, how about Curtis Hughes, Chris Jericho's new right-hand man? He's lost a substantial amount of weight. He's looking pretty buff there. And also, Jim Ross reported that someone has been hired that even he was surprised about, or talking to the WWF. I believe that rumor could be that Taz could be on his way out of the ECW. Could be watching that pay-per-view tonight. If he drops that title tonight, he could be well on his way to the WWF very soon. Now, this is a big thing because Keith Young knows that we talked about this. Taz had a verbal... Shut your mouth. Taz had a verbal contract with Paul Heyman. Now it's saying that when the written contract came, everything wasn't as said in the verbal, and he's ready to jump to the WWF. Now, this could be a big boost for the WWF and a big loss for the ECW.
I think it's more of a big loss for ECW than it is a big boost for WWF. Taz's whole angle is based around a no-selling, you know, hard guy, and there's just no room for that in the WWF right now. I mean, he's better off staying in the in ECW even with a worse contract. But that's just
with that.
That's
in
just
mind,
your sex
let's just go ahead and go to the phones, and I'm glad I'm part of your guys' show here. You know, hey, where's the role model? Hi, you're on the air.
What's up, champ?
How you doing?
Oh, before I even get started on a few things, I need to ask a question. What happened to Ronnie Garvin?
Hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin, huh? Actually, he's out of wrestling now. He was pretty old towards the end there anyway. I think he's what now, in 60s?
No.
Don't think he's that.
No, I don't think he's that old.
I thought he's older than most of them.
He's pretty old, and he's probably out of wrestling. He's probably down south somewhere doing
he's out of
construction work
out
or
of
something.
Construction work.
What was he doing?
What do you mean, what was he doing?
I mean, after he left wrestling, what was he doing?
He was probably doing independent shows for a little bit and just make a little money. He might have been in Puerto Rico for some time also. But I could probably find out for you and let you know next week more on Ron Garvin.
That's pretty good. Now, role model, I know you're at home. I know you're watching this show.
Hey, don't even talk about that guy. He's not here.
How you're feeling?
He's not here.
Now,
he's not going to be here.
Guess you want to call yourself the sex symbol?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, please. You, if you eat one more cupcake...
Listen, guy, we went through this weight thing a couple weeks ago. If you can't come up with anything more interesting to say than that, know your role, shut your mouth, and get off the phone.
Somebody need to throw that dog a bone.
Somebody needs to throw your girlfriend a bone because she's obviously the dog whooping up your tree.
Oh, my God. Hi, you're on the air.
What's up, champ?
How you doing?
I got an impression, but first I got a question for you, man.
All right.
You think Bret Hart gonna win the belt when you go to Canada, when they got that match in Canada?
I don't know if he's going to win it there. Eventually, he will win the WCW title. I mean, that's only obvious, I guess, as far as, they got to do something. And I think with the new crews coming in to take over WCW, honestly, there's only one way they can go, and that's up. So who knows?
All right, and I got an impression of Keith Young, the sex symbol.
All right.
He's honored.
All right, I'm ready.
Where's the beef?
That was pretty stupid.
If your head's a bone, stay off the phone, okay?
Wow, you're getting your little one-liners. I guess you're already taking over the role model.
He is your new role model. Don't you understand?
The role model is nothing compared to me. He's minor league. He's Bush League.
All right. With that in mind, you're on the air.
The WCP's in the house. Once again, it's your icon, the true icon of Portage County and the Portage County television champion. That's right, it's Hollywood. What's up, my brother?
How you doing, Hollywood?
Right off the bat, I gotta say, first of all, I don't mean any disrespect to you there, sex symbol, but I need to say something to the role model because I know he's watching today.
All right.
Yeah,
Role
yeah.
model, see what happens when you hang up on the icon, you lose your job, brother.
Wait a minute, he had something to do with that?
I have something to do with
Comment?
everything in this county.
Listen.
Now listen, I got another fish to fry today, and that fish is Chris Rudson, your tournament winner about a month ago.
Yeah?
Remember when I issued the Shut Your Mouth challenge to him?
Yeah.
And he never called me up. Chris, I know you're watching at home, but I understand you don't have a home phone either. What you need to do is...
Wait a minute, you don't know if he has a home phone or not.
Go downstairs and borrow some change from your mom and go down the street to the Dairy Mart, get on the payphone and call me, chump, because I know you fear me, and I'm going to give you till next week's pay-per-view to call me. If you don't, I'll just consider that you forfeited, and I won't continue to call this show. And that's the bottom line.
All right.
Hey, BS?
Yeah?
Seems that you've been in a giving mood lately. How about next week you give Icon a shot at that belt in the Kennel from Hell match?
You
think about it.
I'll think about it.
I'll call you next week and we will go for it.
I think you'd have to go through me before you actually get to the boss's son.
I have a couple of real quick questions and I'll get out of here because I'm going to show you that I do have some intelligence. First of all, there's a guy, I watch all the WWE.
Next caller. Hollywood, you can only have a little bit of the boss's son time every Sunday afternoon.
You just hung up on...
Well, I want him to prepare for his challenge for next week. I helped him out. He's going to need all the challenge he can get. Go ahead. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I want to know, what are they going to do with the Godfather?
Actually, the reason why the Godfather was gone for a little while, he was in between getting his old contract finished, his new contract signed. He is signed. It should be back to normal, back to business as normal.
Okay, I want to know, what kind of role are they putting with the Bulldogs?
You know, that's interesting because, he's still not 100% healed. You could tell by the way he walks to the ring. His back is still getting problems. I don't see them giving him a major role as of yet, or if ever. It all depends on the healing process with his back.
All right.
All right. Take another call. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to take another commercial break first, then we're going to come back, take some more of your calls. Champ John Potok, the sex symbol Keith Young, and the boss's son BS when we get back.
TNT Health, unmasking your potential. So, you want to look like the headline Vinny DiMaggio? Here's your chance. Let's not be ridiculous. Nobody can look like Vinny. But if you need that energy before your workout, or you want to lose some weight, burn some fat, we got that. You want to build some lean muscle? You can get it at TNT. Or even if you just need the essentials, BCAAs, juiced up. Here at TNT Health, we carry it all. Come visit us at tnthealth.com.
Okay, we're back to Champ John Potok, the sex symbol Keith Young, and the boss's son BS. And I guess I'm getting taken over here with -1 role model, and hopefully, role model's a good friend of mine.
It's not much of a minus, you know.
No, it is, because, he's number one, he's a good friend of mine, and number two, I mean, I just feel out of place here that I'm being forced here to stay here.
Lonely.
It's definitely... I feel that, I wanted to leave last week.
You need a friend.
You have some big bodyguard, Shano out there, what is that? That's
you
me,
wanted to be on,
wall.
didn't you say a couple weeks ago, either he goes or I go, you wanted the show so bad, and when you tightened that new contract up with my mother, I made sure it stuck. That's why I'm forcing you to stay around here, so let's go to the box.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, Champ, how you doing?
Lindsay.
Oh,
Lindsay, how are you doing? Yeah, this is another one who really ripped it up.
How's that unemployment? Yeah.
Yeah, it's real cool that you did that to her. I mean, your own sister, that's ridiculous. Hey, Lindsay, we still on for tonight?
We sure are.
What?
All right.
What the hell are you talking about?
Business
about it, Bo.
You better stay the hell away from my sister. That's all I got to
Hey,
say.
Bo.
What's up?
I think we need to talk about me possibly getting my job back. I mean, you are my brother. Come on.
You want your job back, Lindsay?
I agree.
That's kind of disrespectful that you fired me on the air when I wasn't even there.
Well, you're right. And since I do love you so much, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
If you do one little favor, you can have your job back. And it's something I know you really want to do anyways. You want to do it?
If I want to do it, I will. What do you propose?
All you have to do is sleep with the sex symbol, Keith Young, and you can have your job back,
That's
little
something every
sister.
woman wants to do.
So you want to do it? She hung up.
Her answer. She hung up.
I guess
How are
that
you going
means-
to tell your sister to do that?
You know what? I think she just ran to the nearest hotel and was about to call us back to say, I'm here ready for the sex symbol.
Giving me the room number.
Yes, I mean, this is family. I hate to see your house come Thanksgiving time.
She's coming over here with the key, isn't
I hope
she?
they got those vibrating beds and no roaches.
What about
She doesn't need anything vibrating
What are you
with
going
me
to do?
around.
Oh, let's go to the phone. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, I have a question for Keith Young.
That's me.
What does it feel like to have bigger boobies than Deborah McMichael?
That's a good question.
Listen, sister. If you had even a chance of getting with me, which you don't after this call, you would be drooling on your floor so bad they'd have to call in Roto-Rooter to suck up all of the drool. Listen, I'm the sex symbol. You don't disrespect me that way. Look at that.
Okay, I'll
got
beat it,
my
beat it,
tongue
that's all,
tied.
You leave him alone.
Usually I'm really good with my tongue, but right now it's getting a little tied because I'm just so flustered that you had the gall to even suggest that I am not your sex symbol.
He is. You just don't know it yet.
Well, let's go back to the phones. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
How you doing?
All right. Yeah, I called last week with that tip on the four-corner match,
Yeah?
and now I'm calling to confirm that Taz is going to WWF, and I heard that we could see him at the Royal Rumble.
Well,
And
the Royal Rumble's still not, it's a little ways away. I mean, he'll
Right.
probably definitely be there by the Royal Rumble, but it's not confirmed. He has not signed any papers as of yet. He's still, Taz has even said to world-renowned Dave Meltzer that even if he does decide he's going to sign, he's still going to finish out, give Paul Hyman a good notice to where he'll stay there for a little bit and possibly drop the title to whoever before he does leave. He's going to go out clean.
I heard-
It's not going to be a mean divorce or anything.
I heard he's dropping the title to Awesome.
To who?
Mike Awesome.
Mike Awesome.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just
I
by
doubt
far
that.
a rumor. I doubt it, too, but,
And do you know when we could see Ahmed Johnson or Savio Vega again?
Okay, well, we announced that, a couple weeks ago. The same thing as it goes, like we said. Right now, he's in Puerto Rico wrestling as the Black Superman.
Savio's actually
Savio.
working on the Spanish announce team, I
Right.
believe, for the WWF, so I don't think he's really active right now in the wrestling aspect.
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling. Hi, you're on the air.
You okay?
He died looking at the sex symbol, knowing that he has no chance of ever attaining my glory.
Well, with that in mind, you're on the air.
Yeah, champ.
How you doing?
Real good. How you doing, man?
Not too good, but
I hear you.
Oh,
I have a
stop
couple
whining.
questions for you. First of all, what do you think about the new Mankind angle? Isn't that a lot like what they were doing a few years ago with him and Stone Cold?
let me say, I love the new Mankind angle. You mean with him and The Rock?
Right.
Oh, that is so hilarious. I think that, in my opinion, I love it. I mean, I say it, don't end it anytime
For
soon.
once, you're right, John. I can't believe this. Yes, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TV. I love it.
Cool.
I'm also I'm a Mick Foley mark.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's just absolutely hilarious. And I
Okay,
hope it
champ, one more question.
Yeah.
I just tuned in, but you scored a big coup this week. How'd you get Rush Limbaugh on your show?
Well, unfortunately, if I had any say-so in it, be my buddy, my lifelong friend, the role model there, but unfortunately, BS.
Well, I don't even take that as an insult. I
Take it to sex symbol.
He said he wants your autograph sex symbol, so send it to him.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He can email it kyoung@kent.edu, and I'll be happy to give anybody anything they want.
Really? How about giving me some money?
Especially the women.
You need some money.
Oh. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, champ, how you doing?
Yeah, like I said.
Why is everybody
I'm here.
addressing the champ? Is it because he's the one pushing the buttons on the phone?
I guess.
The Drewmeister from the chicken capital of the world, and I know exactly where that is, that boy.
Chicken capital of the world. That's probably your mama's house.
Oh.
Right.
These are some fans that are calling in here, and you're just going to rip them up.
Hey, say hi to your sister and my kids, okay?
Oh, come on.
I want to know what. Two questions. What is this I hear about Deborah being in Playboy?
It is confirmed. She is definitely going to be in it beginning of next year. The WWF, actually now, there's rumor that China might be on her way to doing a Playboy shot too. That's just still a rumor. It's not confirmed, but you know.
Man, am I glad the sex symbol has a subscription.
I heard maybe possibly Kimberly was going to be in Penthouse.
No, she was going to be in some other type of magazine, which I believe she was already in. I can't remember what it was. We announced it a couple weeks ago. She'd already did it, but it wasn't a nude shot or anything. It was real skimpy swimsuit type stuff, and yeah, she's not going anywhere as far as nude.
She was
stuff
in
yet.
Playboy.
Nude?
Yes.
Well, I stand corrected
The
by
sex
the
symbol
sex
has
symbol.
some pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what your name is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yet another
pretty
rock
good.
impersonation. Get some
I
original
almost bid on
material,
that.
folks.
I almost bid on that, too.
Yeah.
Hi, you're on the air.
We're too smart for him.
Michaels is ever going to come back?
Who?
I got news on that. She wants to know if Shawn Michaels come back. You know, Shawn is, he still has that injury. But Shawn did, however, he has an independent wrestling group down in Texas, the Texas Wrestling Alliance, and they did their first TV taping just last week. It's just some stuff to keep him busy. It's actually going to air on the news show that he does in San Antonio. He does some sports casting, and it's going to run a half hour. And I had a laugh. They had a funny tag team. He had the Buffet brothers, some 400-pound guys eating pizza on the way to the ring, and then they refused to wrestle till they were done with the pizza. And then after the match, they gave pizza to all the fans. So, pretty funny little thing. I'm sure Shawn helped think of that.
Who flipped the bill for the pizza? UBS?
I doubt it. Michael's got enough money.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yet another caller stunned by the sex symbol's presence.
With that in mind, I think it's time for a commercial break, champ.
Well, you call the shots around here, BS.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the champ, the sex symbol, and the boss's son when we return.
RCW, Rubber City Wrestling.
Wake up out there!
This is the outcast Shannon Moore.
Mr. Technical Barry Horowitz.
Typhoon, the Shockmaster, and the BAWD.
This is Chad Saylor, and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
If you don't believe me, ask me.
I'm Magnum TA and that's some straight talk with the boss.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
All my life, I wanted something to do with pro wrestling. I didn't care if it was a pro wrestler, a manager, an announcer. Hell, I'd even be the water boy. It was my dream to be a part of pro wrestling, and that's why I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
And he wants to be a wrestler.
Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
We're back. The champ, John Potok, BS, the boss's son, and the sex symbol.
Saving the best for last.
Yes. Anyway, you're on the air.
Are the Dudley Boys going to hold the tag team titles anytime soon?
Well, soon is
relative term.
Yeah, relative term. They are going to hold the tag team titles eventually, but as far as how soon, it's anybody's guess.
And do you have an idea on who's going to win the six-pack challenge at Unforgiven?
Not as of yet. We couldn't reveal that yet anyway. I know I shouldn't be revealing anything, but there's going to be a real big twist in that match, so we'll bring that up more next week.
Okay.
All right. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, calling from Akron, Ohio.
Hey, how you doing?
I feel sorry for you.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You feel sorry for him? Akron, Ohio. What's wrong with Akron there? sex symbol?
The show's not long enough for me to go into everything.
Oh,
I can tell you that much.
What's
How you
up,
doing?
caller?
What is the deal going to be happening with the Stone Cold? Is he going to get the title back?
Well, yeah, I mean, eventually he will, but I mean, as of right now, they still, like I said, everything's in a big twist. You're going to see a lot evolve over the next week.
Sure, he's going to get the title back sooner or later. I mean, he's not going to sit there without any gold around his waist for, like the rest of his entire life. Unless he blows out his knees again.
Do you want us to try to predict what the WWF is going to do with their titles? I mean, we would like to, but they don't even know. I mean, so we don't really know who's going to be the champion, when, and where. I mean, if we hear something, we definitely will pass along. We've been right before on some stuff, and we sometimes are wrong, so we'll do our best.
Got that, caller? It's from Diaz.
Next button.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, sex symbol.
Yes.
What'd you do to the role model? Eat him, fat ass?
Again, yet another idiotic, moronic, didn't even graduate from high school caller calling to tell me about my weight. Duh, I have a mirror. I can see that I have a little bit of extra weight. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's cushioned for the pushing, brother.
Oh,
listen to this. I can take anybody's woman any day of the week. All I have to do is just look at her. So get off the phone, go get yourself some Tony Robbins tapes or something, and, get a little bit of a personality before you call back in here, okay?
You got that? Next caller.
Hi, you're on the air.
You suck!
And you swallow.
Oh,
next caller, you're on the air.
Come on, how you doing?
Hey, how's Ogawa doing? Is he still the NWA?
Who?
Ogawa, the NWA World Champion.
I haven't heard anything out of the NWA for a while. Last I heard, they were thinking about having Severin take back the title, but I would have to say, seeing as I haven't heard anything about it, I would say yes, he is, although I could look it up for you and get back to you next week on that. How's that?
Taka Michinoku's going to win the light heavyweight title anytime soon against Goldberg.
Gilbert and Tash.
I don't know what the heck they're going to do with that light heavyweight
I
title.
heard they're going to the WWF's going to realign the whole lightweight division and actually make it, rather than a joke that it is now, they're actually going to make it into a cool. But then again, they were going to do it with the hardcore title, and we see where that went. So angles change all the time, like we've said a million times on the show. So again, who knows? Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, champ, how's it going?
Hey, well,
yeah,
could be better.
Watching.
Couldn't
be
worse.
worse.
Couldn't be better for you.
Whatever. How you doing?
Fine, fine. Called to say, BS, huh? You messed up getting rid of the role model. Oh, well, that happens. Champ, I hope he comes back soon. As far as Round Boy sitting there, get real.
Look at this.
Anything else?
Look at nothing.
The Round Boy. You can criticize me for my intelligence, criticize me for my opinions, but don't criticize me for my weight. It's just, it's sophomoric. It's moronic. Get over it, will you?
Well, you got to realize you're filling in the shoe, trying to fill very big shoes of a guy that was
I wear size
the charisma of the.
I wear size 12, and you know what that means, John.
Next caller.
Hi, you're on the air.
I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever met any wrestlers, or who's like the biggest name you've ever met? Or
We've
do you
met
ever
a lot of wrestlers. Number one, we had D'Lo on the show. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that. How did you get him to come on?
Ancient Chinese secret. Actually,
Magic.
BS has the say-so.
Who do you want to have on? I'll try to get him.
Oh, I don't care. Whoever you would get on, I love to see you guys on there. But
I think I'm
you guys
gonna
ever
get
get
Rock.
backstage?
What's that?
You guys ever get backstage at events like in Cleveland or
We
anywhere
have
around here?
been. I mean, not every single time, but
All right. Okay, thanks a lot.
right.
And one other thing, lard ass, lose some weight.
Listen, buddy, I've dropped 35 pounds in the last couple months. It's going off, okay? It's none of your damn business anyway. So why don't you just lay off the weight and let me do the talking, okay?
Okay. Hi, you're on the air.
Is China going to become the IC champion?
Now, there's heavy rumor on this. This is real interesting, because I like the way they've done this angle with China and Jeff Jarrett anyway. Jeff Jarrett has done a great angle as far as him with the women. Every
Old
woman that comes
school
into the
Memphis
ring.
Heat.
Yeah, I think that is a hot item, hot angle going on. Great thing. But rumor does have it, China's going to take the title.
What I would see,
probably.
This is kind of like reminiscent of the old Andy Kaufman angle down in Memphis. I kind of see Jarrett losing the title somehow, maybe some Billy Gunn interference or some sort of backfired interference from Deborah or something along those lines. Chyna winning the belt, she becoming the Intercontinental Champion, and then Jarrett declaring himself the intergender champion, kind of like Andy Kaufman did back down in Memphis all those time ago. That's what I'd like to see, but I doubt it's going to happen. But he's not going to get women treating him that way.
Well,
the sex symbol knows how to treat him.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't lay a stiff shot on him like he does. I could see Nicole Bass's
I'm not
going
to touch that one with the stiff shot, but we can talk about that later, John. I'll give you some hints.
All right, I guess. Thanks for the pointers. Hi, you're on the air.
What's up, sir? It's me, the impersonator, but I'm not going to give you one of my great impersonations.
Thank God.
What do you mean, thank God?
I want to know, okay, champ.
Yeah.
I tried to get into New World Wrestling because I wanted to be a wrestler, but they pulled some bull about they wasn't taking on new guys, and I know it's just because I'm black and they're all white.
Well, no, that's not true. They got black wrestlers there. I mean, you can't. It's not a matter of anybody doing anything. I mean, black wrestlers, white wrestlers, half the wrestlers wear masks. So, I don't believe that for a minute.
I've worked with those guys before, and I know they are some of the best, the nicest guys in the world, and I know it's not because of you're black. It's because
if you went to an NWW show, they just had a JT Friesen from Michigan. They flipped the bill, and he's a black wrestler. I mean, it's not because he's black. Maybe they just don't honestly need you.
If you can, just find if you can find one that's taking new students or something.
Well, I think right there with the comments you said, you might nobody's want to get involved with someone.
Well, they don't know who he is. So.
Right. You got to watch. So I'll see what I can do for you. Give me an email. I'll send you. Like I said, I'll try to help anybody that wants to help. But you gotta remember this is a big business, and only the few that are there can make it. So that's how that goes. I mean, if you don't make it, you can't make excuses. Just got to keep practicing and get better.
Hey, big boy over there in the corner.
That's enough of the big boy stuff. That's a restaurant. Go eat. Next caller.
How you doing?
First time I've ever seen your show. It's fantastic. Champ, you're doing great.
I appreciate it.
First time ever?
I have one question that you probably answered many times, but I want to ask anyways. Scott Hall and Nash, where are they and what's going on?
Okay, now there's big...
Well, let me take this one. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, both still in WCW. Both they're planning a really big return angle for them sometime within the month. So keep an eye on WCW TV if you like that stuff. If you're a fan of both of those guys, keep an eye on it. In the next month, you'll see a really huge return angle with both of those guys.
Okay, I appreciate it. Now, don't mean to pick on you, whatever, the sex symbol, I guess that's your title?
That's my name.
All right, I just want to say, I'm not going against your weight or anything else.
Thank you.
But everything, all this little stuff that you come up with, you're like copying everything you've heard on TV. Come up with some original stuff. Come up with some original put-downs. Don't think you're so cool.
He's the coolest. We have to take a commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages.
RCW, Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Mick Foley. And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City.
Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling. Not the flippy stuff. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
I don't know. It was probably around 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'd be walking around in malls or walking down the street. Women would come up there and just want to be with me. Men, they'd just mimic things I do and more or less just try and follow in my footsteps. I guess that was probably the first time I realized that I was your role model.
Join the champ, John Potok, the boss's son, Bo Smirno, and your role model, Rick Lieb, Saturdays at noon for reruns of Pro Wrestling Weekly on the RCW Network on YouTube.
We're back. The champ, John Potok, the sex symbol Keith Young and the boss's son BS, minus my buddy the role model.
But
we need him back. I mean,
it's addition by subtraction. You sound like Kane. Sean, don't leave me. Rick, come back. Go to the phone.
Whatever. You're lucky I need this job.
Yeah, okay. From the way you're dressed, it looks like it.
You're on the air. PWW.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Have you guys heard that? Is it going to be the Road Warriors that show up at the ECW pay-per-view tonight?
Ooh, I hope not.
Oh,
you never know. Like I said, again, it's the world of wrestling. I don't think so because Hawk still, he's pretty much downhill with his life.
Neither of them can wrestle anymore.
Right.
Are you guys still on the radio?
No.
Oh, that sucks. But you guys ought to get rid of the boss's son.
Oh, should we?
Why?
Well, then you must want to do something else with your Sunday afternoons, because I run the joint.
In fact, the role model was the bomb.
Well, you just stay tuned, and I'll take care of that.
Yeah, he was the bomb, but he blew up real
caller.
quick.
Oh.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, is Bubba the Thumping Hillbilly coming to the WWF?
Yeah, he's got a multi-year contract. I think he's going to beat Vince. No, you moron! Next caller.
Hi, you're on the air. I can't believe you just did that.
Is Bubba coming in?
Because everybody was picking on Keith because of his weight problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to let everybody know out there that we are starting a fan club for the role model there, the new sex symbol. And it's going to be every Saturday night down at the Interbelt. And everybody just come on.
What, are you going to be attending that there, sex symbol? You got your fan club down at the Interbelt.
I think he likes you.
Yeah, let me know. Give me directions. I'll be there.
Next caller. You're
Bring
on
the women.
PWW is the sex symbol.
Yeah, how's it going?
What do you mean is the sex symbol?
No, the sex symbol is PWW.
2 questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's going to go down with Chaz and Mariana? And 2, what's up, if anything, with Tammy Sitch and Chris Candido?
Well, I'll take the Sitch Candido. Paul Heyman has asked Sitch and Candido to get their lives back together, and when they do that, they're more than welcome to come back to the ECW. They're trying to, I think Tammy's going to go to college, and Chris is still working some independence. But they have some problems. I don't know if it involves the alcohol or something is big with them. As far as Chaz and Mariana, I don't pay attention to that stupid thing.
Well, they're still in the WWF.
Oh. Yeah, it's that whole domestic violence angle, and I think you'll see that Mariana's making the whole thing up, and the person who will come to Chaz's defense is his old tag team partner, and you'll probably see the Headbangers back in the WWF pretty soon.
Like as the Headbangers?
Yeah, as the Headbangers. That's my guess, but you know, I could be wrong, but I rarely am.
Hey, John.
Headbangers ready to come back.
You really are?
Yes.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, man. I know you got trouble sitting next to BS and KY over there.
He's doing
I
just fine.
appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, champ, how you doing? This is the Desperado.
Hey, how you doing, Desperado?
Real good, real good. Hey, just wanted to take a minute to talk to BS there. I know you're going to hate to hear this, but you know you owe the role model now.
Okay, sure.
He won that bet. You bet him. He gave him a 34-point spread.
Yeah? You didn't watch the beginning of the show?
I might have.
Well, the role model was fired last week, so that made him null and void.
See, now you owe him.
With a bet. Well, I'll
He
tell you
was
what.
counted out of the studio. There's
The
no way
man
you
there
can
says
win.
he dropped.
I might have something in my sleep.
We don't count dropping off the donuts as dropping 35 pounds there.
That's the indie wrestler.
You know what? You sit here, you can insult me on the phone all you want, but the problem is, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. I know I'm good. I know I'm the sex symbol, and that's all that matters. So just shut your mouth.
You heard him.
Hey, you know, I know, and I'm not trying to start anything here either, but, you know, you say, hey, you're the ladies' man, this is this, so,
hell yeah.
Hey, and I give it all to you, but, so maybe the ladies should, the ones that I like should probably turn their TV off then, right? Because you'll steal them from me.
Oh, hell yeah.
What about the role model's wife?
He has a wife? Captain Smacko?
Anyway.
He couldn't keep a woman in chains.
That's enough of the phone calls from Odd Champ. I think it's time for some real PWW entertainment. Now, that guy called about Bubba Stompin' Hillbilly. Well, you know, I was the guest ring announcer for that show, and there were some funny things that went down, and I wanted to show that tape last week, but we did not have time. So this week, you've got to see this tape, and we'll come back and we'll take more calls. But let's roll that tape of me ring announcing. This is great.
What the
Well,
hell
I
now?
don't see that happening. Seems how I got the tape here. Guess two can play this game, huh, champ? Anyway, since that's not going to be aired, you are now introduced to Role Model TV. Let me fill you all in on a little something. First of all, see the title in my hand? 43-0 did that for me. Browns fans, very pathetic. Anyway, but what I really want to get to is this. I would like to first address you, BS. You know what? I'd like to address you and say, thank you very much for the week off, man. That was very cool of you. And hey, the idea about firing me, that was brilliant, man. I couldn't stop laughing about it the whole ride home. And then to you, champ, do you honestly think that I could ever side with you over the boss's son? Are you kidding me? Don't you realize that I'm a smart man and I realize ratings when I see them? That's the only reason why I told BS you need to stay on the show. I don't like you, but hey, I got a birthday gift out of it. Come to think of birthdays, yours is next week. Guess what you're getting from me? Not a damn thing. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm the champ. I'm the role model. I'll be there next week. Oh, by the way, that's right. There's another firing that's supposed to be on the show. And you know what it's about to be about? Trimming the fat. You know what I'm saying, Keith? BS will explain that to you later, though. But by the way, you're fired.
What the hell is... Wait a minute here. Role model, that role model stabbed me in the back? We have been friends for...
Where did
I
that
cannot
tape come
believe
from?
that.
How did he must have took his last
What did
money.
you do?
He must have took his last paycheck about some commercial time. I can't believe it, but...
He must be suffering a mental lapse.
Hold on. Yeah, the role model for you people calling up is the PWW champ. Like I said, I am the fightingest champion, and hey, the Browns lost. I made a bet that was far-fetched.
You made this
Steelers
up all
won.
along.
Well, yeah, you heard him. You don't think he'd ever side with the champ, John Potok. You think he's stupid? He's your role model. He wants to be on this show. Now, what'd you say?
He must have been suffering a mental lapse. You'd never get rid of me, would you, BS?
No.
Well, of course I would, Keith. You know, I mean, the role model is the show. So you are fired. You have a nice